Hey Team Hyde, I hope you all are blessed and highly favored and that you are having a wonderful, awesome day. I had to just stop and share something that has been on my spirit and on my mind and, just tell my truth because that's what I live in. I was really hesitant to do this. And so when I feel so hesitant, I'm like, no, you have to do it. You have to do it immediately. You have to do it now. And I didn't do like a whole zhuzh because it was kind of like exactly my point. Like the biggest blessing that I'm learning is, just how awesome I am as a person and how just being my natural self, the essence of me, flaws and all, is what brings more attractiveness about me. Not trying to be this perfect ideal, this person that I have made up in my mind that I'm supposed to be or how I'm supposed to act, but really just being me and getting into the essence of just loving me with all its flaws, honey, because this face is doing whatever it wants to do during COVID. And I just was like, I don't want to do videos. My face is doing all this breaking out. And then I was just like, I don't care. This is what I look like. And then it kind of just led way to this whole thing of even my hair, like coloring my hair. I was thinking about the fact that I had bought the color. First of all, I've been thinking about the color for like over a year, but still like being hesitant to do it, still being nervous about doing it, still wondering if it's the right thing. How is it going to come out? What is it going to look like? Because it's something I've never done. I've never had color in my hair, not like permanent color. And thinking about, since I went back to work, how that was going to work and how that was going to be. And I thought about the fact that I bought the box and I let it sit there for several days, almost a week before I was like, you know what, today is the day. And it really just made me think about how often I myself, maybe you, allow fear to come into our minds and take over. No one said anything to me about the color. No one knew I was doing the color at that point. Like people knew I was going to color it, but no one knew. It was like, oh, today's going to be the day. But I had all these thoughts in my head and all these possibilities of what I was going to hear or people's thought process or what the expectation was of how I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to look like. And that was like even a bigger part of cutting my hair. And it's so funny when people really like see pictures of me from last year and they were like, well, why did you do that? Why would you? And I was just like, because I wanted to, because it was for me, because it's not about you. And it was for my growth. It was for me to get to the next level within myself. And I thought about how many times have I paused, and I will be honest, I do it often because I have this ideal of trying to be like this perfect person. Though I know it's not a realistic thought. I am aware of that. It doesn't make it go away. I tried to blame my parents. My mother said that this has just always been me. She said that is you. You created that, nobody else. But it's based off all these societal norms, these thought processes that, is this going to be good enough? Is this going to be accepted? Is this going to be okay? Does this fit in with, the normalcy of what's occurring where you are? Or, and just thinking about how often we allow fear to seep in. And it's so interesting because it says God did not create us with the spirit of fear. So I'm like, well, where did this fear come from, honey? Like, because she's real. She's deep. She makes me pause on a lot of things. Even as an entrepreneur, it's like, I want to do this. I want to leap. I want to run. But I'm like, oh, but I'm not having this many followers. Oh, I don't have, this many people paying attention. Or, oh, I don't know if they're going to show up. And it's so interesting to me, like, even in that aspect, when I was in DC, that was like completely not a thought that I have. But moving back home and being in this new environment again, even though it's my home is where I'm from, it's just interesting the thoughts that go through. Like, I was not pausing about anything. If I was like, oh, I'm gonna have a painting sip today and it's gonna be 2 people, then it'll be 2 people. Then it always ended up being more than what I expected. And I do think, having a voice and having an audience and sharing and marketing is a big part of it, but it's also like learning here, people being aware of, that looks crazy, being aware of who you are and, the presence that you present. But what I really realized, and when I was thinking about it, number one, I colored my hair. I was very nervous because I didn't know what I was doing. But 9 times out of 10, we don't know what the outcome of things are going to be. So why would we limit ourselves and not allow ourselves to go forward and be greater and be grander and think grander of ourselves? Instead, we tend to shy and fall back into this fear space. And it's like, where did she come from? Like, no one told me these thoughts. No one put these things in my mind. It is something that I have like clouded around and allowed myself to fall into. And then every time after I leap and do it, I'm just like, man, I should have been did that. That was awesome. Like, I don't know how y'all feeling, but I love it. And all that matters to me is that I love it and that I'm happy and that my spirit feels filled. That's the intention. So, as you hear me often encouraging entrepreneurs to take the leap and those who have a dream or a vision to take the leap, it is not an easy thing. And I don't say that to defer anyone or deter anyone, but I have to be realistic with myself. You're the bomb.com. That's what you got to tell yourself. You're the bomb.com. I was having a conversation with one of my new besties that's always been like my online bestie in my mind, Manifesting Beauty. And she was like, well, why do you think you're not going to be married? And I was just like, it's just not going to happen. But then I think about how often I will say like, it's just not. And like, when you put that energy out into the world, I am a true believer, even though I'm cognizant of it and I know that, we still, fall into that wayside and just be like, oh, well, it's not going to be, or it's going to be this way, or it's going to be hard, or it's not going to be this, or it's not going to be that. And it's just like, just do it. And number one, tell yourself you can do it. Like, seriously, you can. Like, he didn't create us with fear. That is us listening to the thoughts and the demons in our head. And really, what I really realize is it's nothing but the devil, because he don't want to see us succeed. And when we really learn our full potential and reach that, oh my God, honey, we are setting the atmosphere, okay? So that is what you have to be reminding yourself of constantly. Like, stay in a good mental headspace. That's not always the easiest thing to do, but it's doable. And the way you started is telling yourself you can do it. So today, don't put it off. Do it. And don't do it for nobody else. Do it for you, honey. Do it for you. It's because it's your desire and your dream. Whatever it may be, whether it's starting a business, starting a family, starting a new career path, starting a new motivational speaking outlet, whatever it may be, honey, speak it into existence and watch how it appears. I know, because I tried it and I've seen it. And I always say, whether it gets to this global phenomenon that's in my head, because Haute Society will be a global brand, whether it's household name or however it goes, guess what? The blessings will be there. But the blessings can't start if you don't take the leap. So tell yourself, I'm hot. I can do this. I'm the bomb.com. And I was the person that was created to do this. So stop. Just stop it. Just leave the fear behind. Say fuck you, fear. That part. If you are a child, I am sorry. Say leave fear alone. But anyways, that has just been on my heart and on my mind. And it really was just like, we really have to stop limiting ourselves, because it's nobody else limiting us. It's just us. So we have to push ourselves to be our best selves. And the only way to be our best selves is to go out there, live, learn, and experience and grow. All right, you all stay hot. See you all next time.